Ohio State once again put together one of the nation's top recruiting classes. This is Means and Andrew Gillis coming to you from inside the Woody Hayes Athletic Center on signing day as Ohio State. Once again, as I said, top 5 recruiting class once again. And we're talking about Jeremiah Smith, 5-star receiver, number 1 player, number 1 wide receiver in the country out of Florida. And we're asking one question. Ohio State's about to lose at least one of its starting wide receivers in Marvin Harrison Jr., and depending on the decisions of Emeka Egbuka as well, with Julian Fleming already in the transfer portal, there's a chance that they lose all 3 of their starting receivers. Can Jeremiah Smith, Andrew, earn a starting role as a true freshman at Ohio State?
Absolutely. Look at the room that Ohio State's losing, and you see the biggest thing that you would need for freshmen to play, which is the word opportunity. Because if Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka and Julian Fleming were these teams' 3 wide receivers, it's a heck of a lot harder for him to see the field with Carnell Tate there too. And now there's opportunity. Now there's guys that are gone, and now there's a chance for Jeremiah Smith to step up. And I think that with Jeremiah, the comparison that you hear from everybody who watches him play is Julio Jones. And that should get Ohio State fans very excited, because this is a dude who should come in and immediately pop. And this is a guy who you can come in and you just look at and be like, wow, that dude is a Big Ten receiver now, and he's supposed to be finishing up high school. Like, this is a kid who you think, you just look at him and you can see that he's ready, and then obviously put on the tape, put on his huddle highlights, and you go, oh boy, yeah, there's a reason why this guy's number 1 in the country. So I think absolutely. I think he's got this big game-breaking ability that Ohio State's offense might need. I mean, look at the receivers that they're going to have. I mean, you got Brandon Inniss, you got Carnell Tate, you got guys that you like in that, you got Noah Rogers, you got guys that you like in that other class, but Jeremiah Smith might just give you a different dynamic and a different element that those guys don't. And I think that Jeremiah Smith could absolutely earn a starting job. I'm not going to say that it's going to be week 1 against Akron, but I think it could absolutely happen at some point midway through the year.
So I think the thing that's helping this cause with Jeremiah potentially having a bigger role than we've seen from freshman wide receivers in the past is the room, as you're mentioning, with guys leaving, might be set up that way. Obviously, in Garrett Wilson in 2019, when you look at what that room was, Benjamin Victor, Austin Mack, KJ Hill, Chris Olave, it wasn't quite the high-end talent at that point. Chris Olave only in year 2 at that point, so it was easy. For Garrett Wilson to get on the field and have a role as a true freshman. That wasn't the case for Jackson Smith-Njigba in 2020. It wasn't the case for Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka in 2021. And in 2022, it wasn't the case for that entire class, and that class still hasn't necessarily gotten on the field. Carnell Tate had a bit of a role this year, but also it's because the room maybe allowed it a little bit more. When you have that much new, and you're talking about a 5-star guy, as you just said, people are comparing him to Julio Jones, there's just opportunity there. And we're not saying that he's going to be the best wide receiver on this roster next season. He might be, who knows? But all you got to do is got to be one of the best, and really the best 6, because they want to get as many as 6. That's what they always try to get to, even if they don't play 6 every single time. So I think the pedigree mixed with the room and the opportunity leads to the idea that Jeremiah Smith could be a starting wide receiver, or at bare minimum have a bigger role than we've seen from true freshmen in the past. We're going to continue to talk about this on Buckeye Talk. So get Buckeye Talk wherever you listen to podcasts, and get signed up for the text 614-350-3315. It's signing day, and Ryan Day's talking, and we're texting about it. Plus anything else. 2-week free trial, $3.99 after that.